I want to tell you something that nobody in this AI conversation is saying clearly enough, and that's that you're not behind. You're not too old, and the thing that is holding you back right now is not your age, it's not your brain, and it is honestly not even technology. It is 5 specific things, and today I'm going to walk you through every single one of them. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what's been getting in your way and exactly what to do about it. Let's get into it. For those of you who are new, welcome. I'm so glad you are here. I'm Temi, and this channel is for people in their 40s, 50s, 60s and beyond who want to actually understand AI, use it, and not feel left behind in a world that is moving very, very fast. If that's you, hit subscribe. We're here every week and this community is growing and I love that. Now, before I get into the 5 things, I want to ask you something and I really want your honest answer in the comments. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I have genuinely never touched AI in my life, and 10 being I use it every single day and I'm pretty comfortable. Where are you right now? Drop your number in the comments. I read every single comment, and honestly, I want to know because it helps me make better videos for you. So drop your number. Let's talk about what is actually holding you back. Number 1 is the identity, the I'm not a tech person identity. I hear this all the time, and I used to say it myself. I'm just not a tech person. Can you relate to that? Like it's a fixed fact about who we are. Like I'm not a morning person, or I'm not great with numbers. And the problem with this is not that it makes you sound bad. The problem is that the identity comes before the evidence. You've decided you are not a tech person before you ever actually tried AI. And so every time you try something new and it's a bit hard, that identity gets confirmed. But let me ask you something. Were you always a mobile phone person? Because I remember when I first got a mobile phone, and some of you remember this too, it felt completely strange. You had to learn the keypad, you had to learn how to send a text without accidentally calling someone. You had to figure it out how to save a number, and now you probably can't imagine a single day without your phone. You were not born knowing how to use a smartphone. You learned it. And the fact that you learned it and learned it well is evidence that you can learn this too. The question is not, am I a tech person? The question is, have I decided to start? Number 2 is what I call the waiting trap. So many people are waiting until they understand AI better before they start using it. And I completely understand the logic. It feels responsible to learn first and then do. But with AI, it doesn't work like that. The understanding doesn't come before the starting. It comes after. You don't understand swimming by reading about swimming. You understand swimming by getting in the water and being a bit rubbish for a while and then getting better. I waited 8 months of reading articles, watching videos, following people who talked about AI, all of it. And then one day, I just opened ChatGPT and typed something. And within 3 conversations, I understood more about how it actually worked than I had in 8 months of reading about it. The waiting is not preparation. The waiting is the obstacle. And the only thing on the other side of it is the starting. Number 3, the fear of looking foolish. And this one is real, you know. When you're 50 years old and you have built a career, raised children, managed a home, navigated things that would have finished a lot of people, being a beginner at something feels like going backwards. It can feel embarrassing and nobody talks about that enough. But here is what I want you to sit with. The discomfort of being a beginner is not a sign that you are in the wrong place. It is a sign that you are learning something real. Every single thing you are brilliant at today, and I genuinely mean that, you were once a beginner at. You have done hard new things before. You just forgot that you have because you've been good at the things for so long. And here is the thing nobody tells you about AI specifically. It does not judge. You can ask it the same question 5 times. You can ask it to explain something more simple. You can make a mistake and just start the conversation again. There's no audience. There's no queue of people watching what you type. It's just you and the very patient tool. That's it. Number 4, the overwhelm of too much information. Oh my gosh. If you have ever typed how to use AI into Google and come away more confused than when you started, welcome to the club, right? The number of tools, the speed at which everything changes, the people online acting like you should already know all of this. It is a lot. And the most natural response is to close the tab and come back to it later, which becomes never. So here is what I want you to hear. You do not need to know about all of it. You need to know about one tool. One, pick the one that's most recommended wherever you are. Usually ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, or whatever. Use it until it feels natural and ignore everything else. Everything else can wait. You don't need to understand how AI works. You don't need to know what a large language model is. You need to know what you want to do with it. And that is completely different and much simpler thing. You use a washing machine every week and you probably could not explain how the drum mechanism works. You know, you put in the clothes, pick a cycle, press start. That's all you need. AI is more complicated than a washing machine and actually not by as much as you think. And number 5, and this one, to be honest, is the one I feel most strongly about. Not seeing yourself in it. AI seems to have been made by or for a 25-year-old who works in tech and already knows what an API is. And when that's all you see, it's very easy to conclude that it's not for you. That the people who naturally get it are different kind of person. But here is what I need you to hear. The people who use AI most effectively are not the younger people in the room. They're people who are clearest about what they want and most able to judge whether what they're getting back is actually any good. And who does that sound like? Someone who has been making decisions, judging situations, and knowing when something is right and when something isn't for 20, 25, 30 years. Someone who can look at what AI produces and say, no, that's not quite correct, or that wasn't what I meant. Let me give it more information. That is not a young skill. That is your skill. That is experience. That is judgment. And it is exactly what makes AI useful rather than just impressive. You are not the wrong person for this. You are the right person. You have just been told the wrong story about who AI is for. And today, I'm correcting it. So to recap, 5 things that are actually holding you back from AI. The I'm not a tech person identity that was decided before the evidence. The waiting trap. The fear of looking foolish as a beginner and why AI is the safest place to be one. The overwhelm of too much information and the one tool solution. And not seeing yourself in it when actually you're exactly who this was made for. Now, which one of these 5 landed for you? Which one is yours? Tell me in the comments. I genuinely want to know, because I might make a whole video going deeper on the one that people say most. If you're ready to actually start, I have a free guide. It's called 5 Things AI Can Do For You This Week. And it's plain English, no jargons, no assumption about what you already know. Link is in the description. Stay intentional. See you in the next one.